Hello, 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 and welcome. It's Thursday. You're that much closer to the weekend. We are going to talk about easy ways, and one slightly difficult way that once I show it to you, it becomes very easy, but three different ways, with a bunch of different ways that you can share your YouTube content. So we're going to get things started the way we're more used to here. We're getting closer to having a real setup here. So let's get it as close as we can. All right, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it's still a manual process. It's much slower that way. See? No automations. Hello and welcome. My name is Kathleen. I'm here as your tech coach. You work really hard on your videos, whether it's a live stream or recorded video, or maybe you're taking your lives and making them into smaller recorded videos, whatever. It's taking effort, right? You've got to plan it. You've got to get your studio set up. You've got to figure all this stuff out. You don't want that content just sitting around, not doing anything, hoping somebody finds it, waiting patiently. You want to get it out there. You want people to find it. Sorry, I got to keep the puppy quiet. And the best way to do that, of course, is to share it. But a lot of people don't realize just how easy it is to share YouTube content. There's many different ways to do it, and we're going to walk through as many of them as I can fit into this show tonight. So let's go ahead. We're going to dive right in. This is not something that should intimidate anybody. This is the kind of thing everybody can do. I promise you that. It is going to look a little codish to you, and actually I'm realizing, let me just get a window up because I'm going to need to show you some text. But really, once I show you, and once you see what it looks like and I show you what you need to do with it, you're going to realize that this is simple and you could have been doing this all along. No problem. Now you can start today. So the first thing that you need to do is, wow, I'm really looking forward to getting the studio rebuilt. All right, let's switch this over. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, obviously, is go into your YouTube account, right? You need to go to your page, your channel page. And evidently, the mic is a little hot. My apologies. Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate that. Okay, so we are going to start with the basics, right? So you got to get into your YouTube page, however you choose to do that. Depending on when you see this, the look of and layout of the page will probably have changed because that's what they do all the time. But the important part here is one way or another, you want to get into the YouTube studio. Okay, so there's a button here. You can also get to it from up here, right? And I think, does this still work? No, it doesn't look like it does. Okay, so whichever way you want to go is fine. So you're just going to go into your studio. And you'll see a layout that looks vaguely like this. Let's see, if I make this a little bigger, do we get... Evidently, I don't have my Wacom tablet set up right, but all these things will work out. Okay, so that was the minimized view. This is the full view. Let me shift this over a little bit. You don't really need that stuff on the right as much. Oh, fun. It doesn't actually move when I do that now. Okay, doesn't matter because the things we need are up there. So that'll work out. So what you're going to look for is videos, right? So if you've got it minimized like I had before, you'll just see the little, play symbol that you're used to seeing, right? Like that. Or if you expand it, you'll see that. It's the same thing. They're just minimizing the screen. So you're going to go into videos. So this is the first option that you have, right? You can come in here and you can do it from here. Now, the thing a lot of people miss is that there's actually 2 tabs on here, right? There's uploads and there's live. I don't know why they do this, right? Because they offer us a filter too. They all could be together, but they don't do that. The only reason I'm pointing it out to you is because a lot of people only see this because it's the default and they never even look for the others. Now, if you don't do lives, it won't matter. But if you do, then your content is actually in 2 different places. Either way, let's see, we'll just pick this first one here. What you want to do is come to whichever video you want. You can scroll through and find them. And then you're going to hover here. So you see right now it's just the line of text, right? It looks like a table. You come here, click on this, and you can get a shareable link. All right, and what that is just this, okay, which you may or may not be already using on some level. Most people, if they're using anything, this is the kind of thing they're using. They just don't always realize that you can do it from inside of YouTube Studio. So this is the kind of thing that you can use to share your content out to, by your email, over your social media. You could use it to put it on like Pinterest. All the places, right? All the places that you want to be, that's where you can go. If you're using Instagram, if you've got the Linktree app set up, if you're not using that, it's well worth looking into, because it makes it possible for people to click on links rather than have to go and type things in, which not so easy when you're on this, right? Which we can go on another show if you're interested. Feel free to let me know. You can always reach out to me here, yourtechcoach.net. If you want me to do take you through a walkthrough on that, that is not a problem. Okay, so this is the basic one, right? So you can do it from there. You can also do it by going into the video. So like if you click on this and go here, okay, we don't want to hear it. Thank you. So over here, underneath your video, there is a share option. And if you click on that, this is the same link that we saw before, right? So let's look at the last letters, RVY, right? So it's exactly the same thing, right? So you can copy and use this the same way. Or they give you all these little shortcuts, right? So you can copy and pop it in an email. That's just a regular email. That's not going to connect to ActiveCampaign or MailChimp or any of those. That's just going to open up whatever your default mail tool is. But so you can, just shortcut your way into any of these things. And we'll get to that in a second, as a shortcut. Or you can just hit copy, right? And it's going to give you, as I said, the same exact link, okay, that you can put in all the places that you're used to. So you use it to promote it in your emails, your email newsletters, go to Pinterest. If you're going to put it on LinkedIn, you can put it on Facebook. You can basically any place that you can post a link and share information with somebody on your blog, right? If you're writing a blog post, you want to point somebody to content, you can do it that way. There's even better ways for the blog, though. We'll get to that in a minute. So that's the really super easy way to do this kind of thing. You're just going to get it out there and put it wherever it is that you want to put it. Now, generally, I don't recommend just putting this here. Like you would want to maybe, grab the title or put some text around it. And yes, this tablet is really not going to work. So let's just get this out of the way for tonight. There we go. Wacom's going to be hearing from me. So you can just come here and copy it if you want, or if you've got it, you can just type it, whatever you prefer. I'm a fan of cut and paste. So you can do that, and then that way you can give them the title and the link, and that way there's some context around it. Also, you want to put the title there because that will also help with SEO kind of thing, right? So that is number one. Let us continue to number two. The sharp-eyed among you might have seen this one. So let's go back into this. So again, we're just clicking on the share here, okay? And you've got all these options here, but this is the other thing, right? So you've got this share at, right? So if you know that you want them to go to a particular part of your video, you know what the time code is, you can put that in here and it will create a link that will take them right to that part of the content. So if you think about it, like, let's say you're taking your show, right, or your recorded video, and you're writing a blog post about it, and you mentioned something in the blog post that you're doing, and you want to take people directly to that in your video, you can jump them to it that way. And I'll just show you what that looks like when you get that link. Okay, so it's the same link that you see above here, right? You see this is exactly the same at the end here, but now it's got this question mark, a T, and then numbers after it. The numbers are the time code that I put in there. Now I can hear you. You're saying, but I don't know what my time code is, right? You're thinking, what are you talking about? How the heck am I going to figure that out? I don't want to have to go and record, and play it and look for it and all that kind of stuff. I got you. It's okay. We're going to be fine. So let me show you the easy way to get that. One way that you can get your time code is by just dragging this and getting to a point, where you got this little window that you can see just above the timeline. This is the trick. Like most people look at the big window, but you want to look actually at the little window because that's what's actually telling you where you are. So, got angry hands there. So let's say that I know because I've got this here that I was transitioning into something. So you just kind of dial it in a little bit, and I usually go a little bit before where I want people to jump to. So like right about there. Okay, and then if you hover, you can see at 6 minutes, 20 seconds, it's just before I go into that segment. So that's one way that you can go ahead and get that information. Another way is to right-click anywhere on your video, okay, and you can get the URL, right, which is going to be the same thing we've seen before. Lots of ways to get this very same information. But you've also got these other options, right? So copy URL at current time. So that is going to give you the time code of where you're at. Because, okay, so I should back up. For people who are not familiar with time codes, so you saw that what I did was, I went and I pulled it and it was said like 6 minutes, 20 seconds, right? Well, when you're doing a time code in this kind of a URL, what you've got to do is you've got to give it in seconds, right? Because it can't interpret 6 minutes and 20 seconds. So it needs to know, that that's 375 seconds or 1343, whatever that was. But rather than having to figure that out yourself, you can let the tool do it for you. So you just go, you drag that timeline to wherever it is that you want to bring people to, and then do the right click, and then you get it, and then you'll have exactly the code that you're looking for. Oops, gotta move that. Right there to give it to them, right? And I'll even show you. So here, we've got this one, right? So we'll do this, and we'll go up here. So I think this is where I pulled it from, right? So if you go here and do that, see, it takes them right to that point. Oops, we don't need to hear me again. It takes them right to that point, right? So they don't have to watch the whole beginning part of it. If you want them to go right to that part, that's what you can do. You can bring them right there. So that's what that means. But there's more, right? So this debug stuff and all that, that's not really related to what we're talking about here. But this is the other thing that you can do, and that is embed. So let's just take a second to talk about what embedding is. What embedding means, so when you've gone to a website and the video is in the page, right? So like you've been on a blog post or whatever, and maybe you've seen like, there's a headline and there's some text around it, and then they give you the actual video. That's an embed. So what that's doing is you've got your basic web page. It doesn't have to be a blog. Any web page. You can do it on some of the other platforms. You can embed videos. But the idea is it's a block of code, and I'm going to show it to you, but don't get freaked out. You really don't have to understand a lot of it. I'm going to show you exactly what you do need to understand about it. It's this big. But the idea is that you can take this embed code that YouTube's going to generate for you, right? So you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to be a coder. Super easy, copy, paste. But what it'll do is it will let you then take that code, paste it into your web page, your blog page. Maybe you're not maintaining that, right? Maybe you've got somebody who's taking care of that for you. You can send it to them and they can pop it in for you. Lots of different ways. But the point is that it gives you that really high-end feel for it, right? Because it's built into the page, that you didn't give them a link that had to take them someplace else. It's there. They can look at it, which is one of the big perks of this. When you embed it on your website, on in your blog or whatever, instead of sending them away to YouTube to watch your YouTube content, you're keeping them on your site while still giving them that content. So that's a huge win, right? Because maybe after they're done, they're going to be curious and want to see more about your site. You don't have to worry about them getting distracted and forgetting where that was because they're still there. Okay? Murphy, what are you doing? Thank you. Ah, my little boy. Murphy's my dog, for those of you who are new. There you go, pup. Go find the treats. It's going to be tough. It looks very bright in here, but it's actually very dark in this room right now. Okay, so let's go back. Take that down, cut that over. So, once again, so you're in whatever video, you get to whatever point, or you can do the embed right from the beginning. So we're going to do the embed right from the beginning. So you're going to come here and you're going to say copy embed code. So all I did was, on this video, right-click on it, okay, and do copy embed video. Now, I believe you can also do that here. Yes. So this is another one that there's two ways to do it. So this is that share link I was showing you before with the basic, right? You copy. That's what most people, they never look past this, right? They get their URL, they copy, and they go. But you can actually get the embed here, okay? You can actually copy and paste it. Okay, and just, this is really all you need. This piece of code here, from bracket to bracket. Now, it is important to keep those angle brackets intact because that is a part of the code. This is actual web code. But if you're going to put this on your website, on your blog, for example, if you're using Squarespace, there's a little link that you can click on and you can select either, link or embed, and it brings up a window. You just copy and paste that in there, save it, boom, you're done. Or if you've got somebody maintaining your site for you, you can send this to them and whatever text you want with it, and they can go ahead and do that. They don't need any special permissions. They don't need to have access to your account. If you can grab this for them and send it, then it's good to go. And it will show up here. I can actually show you, because I do these all the time, not YouTube. Where is, oh, I guess I'm not, this is a new machine. I guess I haven't been there yet. So what I do, I have a watch page, so people can go to my domain name /watch, and they get a whole page of my videos. So this is the one that's happening now, so we won't look at that one. But they can come to, you see they got this here, and then they've got the little play icon on it, right? And then they can come and you can see that it's starting to play. So this will keep them right on the site. We'll just skip ahead so you can see that it's actually working. See? So we'll do play.
One of the important things is to stick away from this.
Right? And then they're going to stay right on my site. Okay, so they can go and they can look at other things. So that's what we're talking about when we say an embed, right? This is a web page, and I have multiple videos on this page because this is the watch page. So I always put my most current one at the top, and then the last like 4 or 5 I keep at the bottom, because very often what happens is people find my content through my watch page and they want to see more. Well, I make it easy for them. They can just scroll down and they can watch more content. So that's the whole point of this, is to make it easier for people to find the content you've already created and for you to get the most value out of that you possibly can. So again, same thing. If you go here and you say copy embed code, this just copied it to the clipboard, right? It didn't bring up that window. But if you come here, right, and we'll just put it here so you can see it, it's exactly the same code. Okay? Now, let's say you're like, great, but now I want to embed it and I want it to start at a certain point. So this again is great. If you want to, maybe, on a blog page or on your website, you want to focus in on a particular segment of your recorded video or your live stream to make it available for people, and you want to jump them right there, right? You don't want them to have to either watch the whole thing or to know how to scrub through and find it. That's what they call it when you're dragging that thing on the video. There's another way to do that. And actually, it's funny because I was just looking for this and I didn't see it. So I actually figured out a harder way to do it, but now I'm going to show you the easy way. So if you want to embed, whoops, not that one. Sorry, you have to use this one. So if you use this one to do the embed and you come here, you can get the start. Now let's see. If I do this, so let's come like here, and this, haha, it's here, it's got it. So what just happened there? Let me back up and I'll show you. So what I did was, so we've been doing the embed, so it just started people at the beginning, okay? But let's say, about right here, I know, I'm breaking into a new segment, and this is where I want people to jump to. What I did was, okay, so I already got it to the point in the video that I want, right, it's 10:42. When I hit share and did embed, whoops, let me back that up a second. When I did share and did embed, down here it already had the time code. So you can click on this and it will add it and put it in there for you. Now, and you can just do a copy paste, and we'll go to a window and we'll pop it in here. And it puts you right in there. So that's exactly the point in the video that I just jumped them to. So I could be, on my webpage, I could be talking about whatever I want and jump them right into that. Now, in some situations, and this is actually what happened to me yesterday when I started thinking about this for a client that I have. What they want to do is they want to take their existing content and they're building out a knowledge base. And so what they want to do is be able to have multiple content topics in the knowledge base point to different parts of an existing video. Now, when I went in and I tried to do this using just the copy at current time, it didn't work. So this didn't work from the tool that they were using for their knowledge base. So if you run into that, here's the hack that I came up with that worked for them. And that was, I went and I got these two. So I got this, which is just the direct link into it, and I got the embed. And what I had to do, because let me go back for a second. The embed that I just did, where it actually took the code, didn't work in their tool for some reason. So if you look at this, oh, I didn't do the embed, did I? Nope, sorry. My apologies. Let me go back. Okay, so I want it to start here, and I want it to be an embed. Okay, and I want it to start there. And copy. Maybe I hit a bug yesterday. Let's see. No, okay, so that's it. So this is the funny thing with the if you do a direct link and you want to go to a specific time code, this is the custom element of the URL that gets them to that right point. Okay, so that's the 644, and it's the T, right, which I guess would imply like time or something like that. But in the embed, that didn't work. But in the embed, this is what you need to do. You need to have start equals and the number. It's the same number. But for some reason in the embed, and I'm sure there's a technical reason for it, I don't know off the top of my head what that is. If you're curious, I can go find out. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Hang on. I'll go back and do that again. My apologies. Jeez. All right. So let's just start over. So we're in a video, right? And I'm at the point where I want people to start. Here we go. We've got that one. So I've decided that this is the point that I want to bring them in. I can do a basic share, right? And say start and copy. And then I'll get it with this T. Or I can do an embed and say start at and copy. And that's going to give me this. I'll just repost it here. Okay, so this is how you get people to a specific point in your timeline when you're embedding the video in your website, some other platform, web page, whatever. And if you just want to give them a direct link, so if it's something that you're going to put into an email, or if you're going to put it on social or whatever, like you're going to put it on Twitter, this is the way you want to go, right? Because you can't do an embed on those other platforms, but you can give out a link, and in that case, you need it to be T equals and the number. The nice thing is you don't have to figure out the number. You can let the tool do it for you. Does that make sense? Yeah? Now that I've got the screen up so you can see it, that helps, right? Hey, it's live in an incomplete studio. It's amazing I'm even connected. To be honest, I think we're not even connected everywhere. Let's see where we're connected to. It says that we're connected to YouTube and Facebook. I don't know if I believe that because I'm not hearing anybody from Facebook. So, and usually our Facebook people do come out and say hi. But that's okay. We're fine. We're good. It's all fine. So, I think that is all of the ones I needed to show you. Let me just double check. So again, you can right click. Loop is just like if you were, the loop is not a part of this. Copy URL is just going to give you the URL that will take them to the beginning of the video. Copy URL at current time is going to give you a link that will let people come directly to this point in this video. And copy embed code on its own will just give you a way to embed your video on another website, platform, whatever. But also in here, you can say, I want it to start here and say embed, and it will give you the embed code so you can still embed the video, but instead of it starting at the beginning, it's going to start at whatever point you've specified in that video. So you're kind of like fast forwarding people. That makes sense? All right, and I do believe that covers it all, right? So we talked about you can do all these other platforms, which is just one click away. Let's see. I don't think I have any of these pre-programmed. Let's see. Oh, it does. Okay, so here, if you wanted to put it on Twitter, you can just go ahead and grab it right here, and you can log in and tweet, or you could just copy and paste it and do that yourself. I don't think I have Facebook connected, do I? No, I do. So this how easy is that? You can actually post it on your Facebook page by just selecting that and then hitting post. This is because I was already logged in, so that's why that worked. Other than that, it's easy. Blogger, Reddit, Tumblr. They did take G+ out finally. That was there for a long time. Pinterest. Sorry, I don't speak that language. LinkedIn, Mix, something else I don't read, and to your email. So they give you a lot of shortcuts, but basically any place that you can post a link, you are good to go. All right, so don't let your content sit around doing nothing. You've worked hard to create it. Make it go out there. Make it find new audience, new people. Don't feel like it's okay. Don't think that everybody's going to find it wherever you've got it. Because the reality is, no matter where you've got it, somebody doesn't like that place and will never go there. That's just the way people are. So go ahead, put it on Facebook, put it on Pinterest, put it on LinkedIn. Go to Instagram and post it, put it on Twitter. You can even use tools to do this kind of thing. So you can use something like Hootsuite or Later, and you can go and you can schedule these to go out. So you put a little text around it, you take whatever link combination you want, either just the direct URL to the beginning or one that's got the time code on it to bring them to a specific point. Put that in, mix it up. All right, do some of them at the beginning of the video, so do some of them at specific points. That's a really good way to get a lot more mileage out of any individual video. So if you take the number of videos that you put out there, recorded or live, and then you start to repurpose them this way, I mean, one video alone could give you, 5, 10, 20 different ways, different content points that you can connect people with. And that's always going to broaden your audience. A lot of people won't watch the whole thing. Some people will watch. Some people are looking for content, especially right now. So some people are perfectly happy to sit there and watch your 5, 30, hour and a half long video. And that's great. But there are people who still just want, a minute or two, 5 minutes, So you can adjust this to make all the different members of your audience happy, whatever length of content. If they want targeted, specific, you can give them that. If they are interested in the overall topic and they want to watch the whole thing, they can do that too. And you can make it very easy for them. And give some serious consideration to embedding this on your website, because like I said, it's a great way to get people to your website and then get them to stay at your website, because you're not constantly sending them away for this additional content. You can put it right there for them, keep them on the site, give them what they're looking for, and it'll also boost your traffic to your website. So the classic win-win-win. All right, everybody, I am still working on the studio. It is making progress. We are getting there. I did hook up the tablet. I don't know why it's being wonky today, but maybe I need to do a reboot or something. But we're getting there. I think next, so we got the mic set up, we got the camera. We're not going to worry about the back yet. I think next will be the X keys, because I'm really missing that. You can see that I've started to play with these things, right? So I've got that one. And I've also been playing with, this is just an old but I've started to do the comments, so those will be starting to come in soon. So we're getting there, right? We had the intro this morning, the intro for this one, and guess what? We also have the outro. So thank you so much. I am here every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. I need my X keys. If you have any questions, comments, if you have a topic you want me to cover, if you want more information about something, or if you'd like to have me do remote production for you, you can reach out at yourtechcoach. It's over here now. yourtechcoach.net. You can reach out to me. There's a contact form there, and I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Or, like I said, this show topic was not scheduled for this week because I hadn't even thought about it, but it came up while I was helping a client, and I'm like, you know what? Other people are going to have this problem too, so let's go ahead and talk to people about it. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. All I ask is if you have a question you need a fast answer, that you let me know that, and how to get back in touch with you, because otherwise I can only assume that you're just throwing this out as a show idea, which is great. I love those. But if you want a fast answer, I'm happy to do it for you. You just have to let me know that you need it fast and how to get back in touch with you. Okay? So yourtechcoach.net. Thank you all so much. I hope you're having a good one, and I hope that you are ready for the weekend. Here in the US, it's going to be a long weekend. Yay! Maybe I can do some more stuff on the studio, get things a little bit better for next week's show. We'll try. That's the goal. Thank you so much for coming by. I always love talking to you, and I hope we get to talk again soon. Bye! Let's make that go away, and let's do this one.